To me, it was just so meaningful and just absolutely remarkable that after 78 years, his remains had been located.
A North Dakota Gold Star family is finally getting closure after nearly 80 years. Floyd Wells was killed in World War II during the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Until a few weeks ago, his remains were in an unmarked grave. But in a story you'll only see on Valley News Live, Joshua Pagero reports that this service member, is on his way home.
Gail Wells says it was like receiving a call from a distant past.
For all that time, his family didn't know if he had gone down with the USS Arizona, was entombed at the bottom of the ocean, or if he was buried in a mass grave with no name in one of the cemeteries in Hawaii.
The remains of her uncle Floyd Wells, who she never met, were identified by the Department of Defense.
Floyd's sister Phyllis and her children sent in DNA specimens a couple of years ago, and they matched up with these remains that were found, and they turned out to be the remains of Floyd Wells.
He was born in Cavalier, North Dakota, and enlisted in 1938 in the United States Navy. While he had a conviction to serve his country, Gail says joining also had a very practical purpose.
He was going to send money from his money he earned as a sailor to help my dad, Glenn, go to business school. But that was cut short because Floyd was killed.
He was on the USS Arizona during the Japanese attacks on Pearl Harbor. Up until that point, the United States wasn't fully involved in World War II. But this was a turning point for us, declaring war on Japan, Germany, and Italy. His family says the Department of Defense notified them that his remains would be flown in through Hector International Airport, although a time has not yet been set in stone. Gail's family is flying in from all over the country to witness this patriotic event.
It makes us very proud that he gave his life for our country.
More than 1,100 sailors and Marines from the ship died. About 330 people survived. Wells has several military awards, including a Purple Heart. Still, he'll soon have the most precious gift of all, a chance to return home to North Dakota, his final resting place.
His grave marker now will have Floyd Arthur Wells on it.
In Fargo, Joshua Pagero, Valley News Live.
Again, Floyd Wells' remains are scheduled to arrive in Fargo next Monday. His family plans to bury him the next day at the North Dakota Veterans Cemetery in Mandan. You can find coverage of that right here on Valley News Live.
Up next